Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Sunshine for the Soul. I am so happy to be here tonight after a hiatus. I have gotten my ass whooped by the ecliptic energies that have been going on this month to the point where pretty much the universe just said, as you absorb all this energy, that I had nothing else really left to give. There was no energy to make videos. There was no energy to do much of anything. So I've been gone for a bit, allowed myself the rest that I needed, but I'm going to start doing some readings again for the month of November, and I wanted to start with today celebrating the Day of the Dead, a couple day festival that goes on. It is celebrated in thought to stem all the way back to the indigenous Mexicans and the ancient Aztecs. We know that this involves friends and families coming together to pay their respects, to remember their families and friends who have passed on. These cultures believe that marigolds to serve as the pathway to the mortal world. So there's lots of bright colors and flowers and celebrations, and they use skulls to honor the dead. And these celebrations, like I said, go on for 2 days with dancing and food and costumes and masks, all to scare the dead away at the end of the festivities. I have got my universe deck out, my Rider-Waite, and I have got my Santa Muerte deck, and I'm gonna just do a general read and see what energies we come up with tonight. Anytime I've done readings in the last couple weeks, they were so dark and so karmic and so negative that I just really didn't want to post and feed any negative energy. I know a lot of the readers have been picking up on these karmic energies that are being cleared out right now, and I just saw 222. So I chose not to involve myself in feeding that. We all know that the karmic patterns are being dismantled and cleared out. So just a personal choice not to kind of add to it. I just don't think it's healthy to necessarily focus on the negative. Like, know that it's there and feel the energy, but then, let it pass. Not hold our attention on it, right? Where our attention goes, our energy flows. Do we want to feed the energy of, karmic connections and people angry and fighting and a bunch of drama going on? No, not into that. So this is going to be the first reading that I've done in a while. I'm very curious to see what kind of energies we get. So I'm going to start with pulling a past, present, and future Rider-Waite universe deck, and we'll start there tonight. So as I was shuffling the Rider-Waite deck, I split and opened it, and I'm looking at 2 major arcana, the Temperance and the Sun. So just an interesting little side note there as I shuffle. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that these eclipse energies haven't been too hard on you. You've been getting the rest that you need, turning off the social media when you need to. I have been going through spats where I'm not on that anymore. I'm pulling it off my tablets and my devices, draining my energy. I don't need to be putting my energy into that necessarily. It's hard. You have to balance with a business. I also just saw the 4 of Wands and the 8 of Wands as I'm shuffling this deck. So let's see what we've got here. We're thanking our ancestors, our spirit guides, and our archangels for these messages. What messages do you have for the collective tonight as we celebrate the Day of the Dead, the day of the passing, where our spiritual energetic being transforms to a different realm? All right, here we go. Past, present, and future. We have got the 5 of Swords in the reverse. Present is the Death card in the reverse. Death on the Day of the Dead. Look at that, you guys. And the Hangman in the reverse. So 2 out of 3 major arcana. I'm not going to say that that's not interesting to me. So just eyeballing it without digging in at all here, we can see 5 of Swords. The battling, the conflict is over. No one's standing there anymore trying to fight, creating drama. The Death card in the reverse is that there has not been a transformation, there has not been any movement, and the Hangman in the reverse is things are no longer in a state of suspense. Those are conflicting energies, so we're going to have to dig into them and see what we've got. Let's start with getting some clarifiers on the 5 of Swords in the reverse. So we've got an energy here with the 5 of Swords in the reverse in the past Fives resemble change. Swords are communication and or our thoughts. So this is after a period of fighting, conflict, drama. This is someone who is ready to move forward with your life and create a positive change. This could be, problems at work have come to an end. Tensions are releasing, possibly in your relationship, whether it be platonic, friendship, or romantic. This is the battle has been fought, There's an opportunity now for a peaceful conclusion because it's feasible as the lines of communication have been open. This isn't an energy of giving up. This is an energy of you fought the good fight. You stood up for yourself. You spoke your truth. And now there's a chance to let bygones be bygones. There's no hard feelings from what I can see here. But let's get some clarifiers. But, the Five of Swords in the reverse is a card of change. It's a change in how we communicate. It's a change in our thoughts. It's a change on what we put our energy towards. And it just seems to me like this energy doesn't want to fight anymore, doesn't want to be in a conflict or a drama or argue, and they're done with it. Let's look at the clarifiers. So remember, this is past energy, the Five of Swords in the reverse, and now we're getting clarifiers on that. So this is something that has happened in the past and is now over. So we're thanking our spirit guides, our ancestors, and our archangels for these messages. We're clarifying the Five of Swords in the reverse in the past. Explain more about this situation that someone has walked away from, no longer fighting, no longer in conflict. They just decided they were going to let bygones be bygones and not fight this anymore. And we have got the Queen of Cups, divine feminine energy, not gender, who has their heart extended. She wears her heart on her sleeve. This energy is very comfortable with expressing herself. She's very nurturing and looks to me like possibly someone has walked away from love or an offer of love. Let's get another card and see what we've got here. What else can you tell us about this Queen of Cups? And we've got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse is a card about, it's perfectionism. It's the work card. And in the reverse, it could be saying that this person needed to take a break. Maybe they needed some more rest. They needed some downtime so that they could later approach a subject. All right, so in the past, maybe this was an individual who didn't feel like they had the skills or the ability to receive this Queen's cup of love. And maybe it was a battle. Maybe there was fighting. Maybe there was family drama, friend drama, conflict, where there was all these different challenges coming up in this person's life, and they were just not in a position in the past where they could accept this cup of love. This could be about, emotional maturity or someone who needed to do some healing. And, although this cup of love was extended, they really just weren't in a position where they can see themselves being successful if they were to accept it. All right. So now let's move on to the present. The present, we have the Death card in the reverse. In this present situation, being a major arcana, this is like the universe offering this character an opportunity to embrace change rather than resist it, to allow things to flow, allow things to transform instead of resisting change. And the universe is reminding us to see what wonderful possibilities become available to you as you say yes to change, as you embrace life moving forward, not doing the same things over and over again. And as we learn to release the past and surrender to the present moment, our future becomes brighter and brighter because we are aligning with our highest timeline. We're not living in the past and in the victim mode and living in those old stories. We're living in the present, our healed version of ourselves, and now we can allow things to come into us. So let's get a few clarifiers on this Death card in the reverse. In the present, give us a little bit more information about this offer to this character. We've got the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is all about manifesting something. It's about creating something in the present, in the physical reality that you are passionate about, something that you desire. So there's an opportunity here in the present, regardless of what happened in the past. And we've got the Devil card in the reverse. this is no longer being controlled, no longer being bound, possibly by our shadow side because we've done our healing. This could be about no longer being bound by others, making decisions for our lives, or allowing others to manipulate our decisions that we make. So with the Death card in the reverse, the Ace of Wands, and the Devil in the reverse, this is huge opportunity for transformation, to kind of get out of our old ways, maybe of thinking, our belief patterns, our negative self-talk that we tell ourselves. And the universe is saying, with two major arcanas here, this is a huge opportunity for someone in the present to really change their life, to take a different path, to embrace this change and transformation, maybe for the first time in their lives, and have something that they've always desired. Maybe this is love, this cup of love that the Queen of Cups had offered. Maybe they couldn't accept it in the past, but the universe is saying, now there's a whole new opportunity. There's a chance here for a new beginning, but in order to have that new beginning, we have to embrace change. So in the present, we have the Hanged Man in the reverse. Again, another major arcana card. So we've had quite a bit of major arcana here. So this future timeline that is available to this character, the universe is saying with the Hanged Man in the reverse that there's no longer an energy of someone hanging out trying to get a new perspective on a situation. We saw that they stepped away from the conflict, stepped away from the battles, that they weren't ready to accept this cup of love. And then we saw in the present that this transformation is being offered to this individual, this ability to create something. And the future timeline that's possible is like no longer sitting in this stagnant suspense energy of maybe a character wondering whether or not that they could have something with this Queen of Cups. So let's get a clarifier on this Hangman, card number 12, and see what the universe has more to say about this. So in the future, what are the options here? What is this character, as he goes through this transformation of change and accepts and surrenders and relinquishes control and obsession over a situation or possessiveness? That popped out, that flung. So we've got the Hermit in the reverse. Now the Hermit is Virgo energy. Again, it is a major arcana, and this is an energy of someone who is no longer in hibernation, no longer researching, no longer studying, no longer going in to have a spiritual journey or a time of self-reflection. That time is over. There's an opportunity to come out of this suspense energy. Both these cards are actually coming out of a time of hibernation. One more. Let's get another card on this. This opportunity that this character has, the Four of Pentacles, is about a larger force or a karmic force in this person's life that maybe was pulling their strings. She's Godzilla Bride on this card, and she goes into the village and she plucks out who she wants and she manipulates their lives. This energy is, no longer allowing other people, places, things, belief systems, patterns, behaviors of the past to dictate our future, which is very exciting. So let's get one more card from the universe, because we see this opportunity for transformation. We see that they walked away from beating themselves up about this offer that they couldn't accept. We see that the universe in the present is saying, you have this opportunity to transform, to create, to have a new beginning. And in the present, this is coming out of this stagnant energy, this time of going deep within and self-reflection. And part of that must have been this divine feminine energy, possibly a mother figure, a friend figure, a sister, somebody who was yanking this character's chain and maybe pulling the strings and not allowing them to make their own decisions in their life. So let's get a little bit more about this divine feminine energy, this bridezilla, and just ask for some clarification on what this means. This person who in the past had been kind of yanking their chain, so to speak, puppeting them, dictating their decisions. Maybe because of this bridezilla, this person couldn't accept this Queen of Cups love offer. That's the conflict within themselves that they had to walk away from and, kind of do some growing up and kind of become mature. We've got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So they didn't allow the situation, or this karmic connection was not allowing an individual to speak their truth, to come forward and say what it was that they really thought or how they really felt. Okay, so we understand that. So if this character should so choose to accept this gift of transformation and change from the universe in the future, take the opportunity to come out of this suspenseful situation, to come out of a time of reflection about them living authentically and speaking their truth, possibly a mother figure or a close friend who is in attachment, divine, feminine, low energy, unhealed, wounded energy. Could be one or both, and or take what resonates with you and leave the rest. But we're asking our universe deck, universe, what is it that is the potential here for this individual as he transforms in the present and in the future has this opportunity to remove himself and maybe a connection out of the stuck energy. And we have got the King of Swords in the reverse, we have got the Ace of Cups in the reverse, and we've got the Knight of Cups. So right off the bat, I can see here that the universe is saying they have an opportunity to not be in that King of Swords in the reverse energy where again they weren't able to speak their truth, to come out of an Ace of Cups in the reverse energy where you weren't able to manifest love in the physical, this denying of this cup of love that the universe was offering, and to come out of this energy of the Knight of Cups in the reverse where you can see this knight extends their cup of love, but they didn't accept the cup of love in the past. We see that clearly with multiple cards backing up this little tale told by the tarot of somebody who at one point denied this cup of love and went through this process, the spiritual journey even of being in self-reflection and taking a look back and introspection at how their life had unfolded and why they had this missed opportunity, and then given the opportunity to really change things and transform things. And the potential here is basically for them to completely reverse the situation that had happened in the past, to leave it in the past, leave it in the rearview mirror, and do exactly the opposite of what had happened in the past, to speak their truth, to extend a cup of love and be in a position where you can receive a cup of love, and instead of not romantically declaring how you felt about a person, place, situation, but to then be able to express yourself emotionally. And with all these cups, we see that this person definitely went through a transformation of being able to express themselves, communicate themselves emotionally. This probably was a person in the past who was kind of emotionally immature or emotionally closed down, where they did not express themselves. They were in a self-protect kind of mechanism here. So this is really exciting to see this transformation on the Day of the Dead. Maybe this person's ancestors were helping them along this spiritual journey with all this major arcana, swords and cup energy. We got a lot of big energy going on here for this celebration, and our ancestors are there to help us. They are there to assist us. All we have to do is ask them for their guidance. And I'm going to get one card to close out this reading. It's about 21 minutes long. I don't want to go too long and keep you, but I appreciate you hanging out with me and celebrating the Day of the Dead. Very exciting. I love any excuse to come together and celebrate and see what it is that we've learned one year to the next and through all these situations. And universe, thank you for this final message. What is the final message for our collective tonight on the Day of the Dead? And we close it off with the Emperor. This individual has the opportunity to step into his Emperor energy. This is a huge spiritual evolution, a huge spiritual one-up for this character to go through this change, to go through this transformation, to, really go deep inside and find out who they are, and to live in authenticity and not let other people make their decisions for them, and to know if they passionately desire to have love in their life and accept a cup of love from an individual, then they should be able to do that. They should be able to come forward, and as a spiritual energetic being, we have universal free will to choose what it is we want to experience. And part of our growth is getting to that stable point where we can make those choices for ourselves and not let others dictate what it is we choose to experience here on this beautiful planet Earth. The schoolroom of Earth is where we come to experience duality and learn these lessons. And this character, certainly, this emperor, we'll close it off with this emperor. This is a wonderful story of, coming back. This is the underdog. I used to love that cartoon, The Underdog, where, he would change and put on his cape and he would learn his lessons, but he would keep plunging forward. And I think this is a prime example of that. An underdog who has learned their lessons, and the universe says, okay, now you're given this opportunity to do things differently. What are you going to do about it? If you guys enjoyed this message, if it resonated with you, please smash that subscribe button. Your energy, you hitting the like button or commenting, is what makes these messages circulate and grow, and we do appreciate that so much as a content creator. I hope you guys have a wonderful celebration of the Day of the Dead, and I will see you at your next reading. Peace and love, everybody.